Whether you have a large church building with multiple spaces or a smaller facility, keeping your spaces clean and welcoming is key to creating an environment where ministry can thrive. But how do you maintain that cleanliness effectively while keeping costs in check? How do you manage custodial services in a way that serves both your facility and your budget? Custodial services go beyond just cleaning. They create a safe, welcoming, and functional environment. When people enter your church, the first thing they notice is often how clean and well maintained the facility is. Clean spaces communicate that you care about the people who walk through your doors, and they set the tone for the entire experience, whether it's a Sunday service, a special event, or a midweek meeting. But cleanliness doesn't just happen. It takes planning, consistency, and the right approach to custodial services. And that's where best practices come into play. Whether managing a small team or working with an outside vendor, having clear standards and efficient systems is key to keeping your facility clean and organized without breaking the bank. In a moment, we'll hear from Chad Stewart, an expert in custodial services who works with churches to provide effective cleaning solutions. Chad is taking his time to give guidance on some best practices for custodial services. Some of the topics he will cover are creating a cleaning schedule, tackling high traffic areas, and how to ensure your spaces remain sanitary and welcoming.
Well, the deeper clean really I found is in older facilities. Some of the newer type remodel facilities and newer church facilities or rented facilities, it's difficult to try to do, maintenance cleans or it's easier to do maintenance cleans with those because they're already cleaner to begin with. Mm-hmm. So most of the deeper cleans that I found are in older churches that haven't had solid janitorial for years. So it takes a lot more work to go in. And the flooring issues with a lot of churches in older facilities is really where that really starts to rear its head. You've got lots of carpet that hasn't been cleaned properly, and you got VCT flooring that hasn't been properly stripped and waxed or properly burnished monthly. Some churches even want to do, weekly, buffing and waxing, that sort of thing for their VCT floorings. So it all is just dependent upon, to me, really the age and just the upkeep of the facility. A lot of churches just don't want to keep the routine that's necessary for that cleaning. So some of the accounts that I've had over the years, they've started to realize, okay, Chad was right. We will at least try to stay on a monthly basis it's for buffing and waxing and full carpet cleaning. A lot of the churches that I have cleaned and clean now, a lot of the kitchens that get used 2 to 3 times a week, the kitchen staff, they try, or the kitchen, people that are using it, not the kitchen staff, but they do the best they can to try to clean up after themselves. But I would really think that those sort of standards should definitely be met in any sort of food preparation area.
Custodial services in a church facility must also account for everything from high traffic areas like entrances, restrooms, and fellowship halls to specialized spaces like kitchens, preschool spaces, or coffee shops. Understanding the needs of each area and creating a plan for maintaining them effectively is essential. Another factor to consider is cost efficiency. Keeping your facility clean can sometimes feel like a never-ending expense, especially when managing a larger space. So, how do you maintain cleanliness while minimizing cost? How do you find the balance between quality and cost? To help answer these questions, we will also hear from Matt Kelly, the Facility and Construction Director at Church of the Resurrection. Matt is taking his time and expertise to help you understand how to minimize costs and maximize efficiency while achieving a consistently high standard of cleanliness. He'll explain how the internal team manages custodial needs in a large facility and how they keep things running smoothly while being mindful of the church's budget.
In order to be good stewards of the church's funds, we will reach out every 3 to 5 years and we go through an RFP process or RFQ process where we have proposals come in and we just evaluate those to see where we're at. Luckily for me, a lot of these relationships have been developed. So I'm maintaining those relationships. Reach out to your peers. There's a great network of church facilities professionals that you can reach out to. There's other churches in your area. Reach out to them and see how they're doing. As we're expanding across the Kansas City market, we've had other existing churches that are becoming part of Resurrection, and I always ask a question like, how are they doing for you? Because if they're maintaining your building, I've got great relationships with my contractors, but if they're already established in your building and they're doing a great job for you, then why would I change it? So ask around, ask other church facilities managers, kind of how their relationships are going, and if they have any recommendations for you. That's a great place to start.
Effective custodial services are crucial, but don't have to be overtly complicated or expensive. As you learn and apply the fundamentals, it becomes natural to implement best practices, set clear goals, and train and encourage a reliable team. Following the fundamentals means you can maintain a clean, welcoming space that serves your congregation well.